My name is Tamika and I'm a gender non-conforming queer black woman. I'm the executive director of the Los Angeles County Bicycle Coalition. I'm originally from Omaha, Nebraska. I moved to LA like every good tragic story for a girl. Not super tragic, she's not my wife. At around the same time, I had gone to a doctor's appointment, and I'm a chubby girl. And the doctor was very blunt and said, "You're not chubby, you're overweight, and you have to get active." And what had happened is, when I lived in the Bay, I played on 3 soccer teams, I walked or took the bus everywhere, and I moved to LA and I was in my car all the time. And so I had gained a lot of weight, and so I had a friend, and it was actually the same friend who had introduced me to my wife, who said, "You should bike ride with me." And I said, "I don't know, those little tires, that's not gonna be fun." And we went biking, and that's when I fell in love with LA. I wasn't sure I wanted to stay at LA. I was looking for a job because I was sure I loved this woman, but I wasn't sure I loved LA. But riding my bike in LA, you see the city in a whole different way. And I think that's anywhere you ride a bike. You're going slower, you're taking things in, you're seeing neighborhoods and communities and people. And I absolutely got healthier, lost a lot of weight, ended up doing a 7-day bike ride from San Francisco to LA, AIDS Life Cycle, supporting both LGBT centers, and I've been biking ever since. I also think I'm very gender non-conforming. I'm definitely along the spectrum. I get called sir more than I get called ma'am. When I go through TSA at the airport, they push the man button more than they push the woman, and I'm always surprised that my breasts light up. All of us whose bodies are judged and are at risk, we know one of the main areas that we face persecution is in public space. When we're trying to get on Metro, when we're trying to get from point A to B, and just being the queer gender non-conforming people that we are, what happens in those spaces. And so I think transportation is really important. What makes my situation unique is I understand what it is to be a black woman. I understand what it is to be over-sexualized, to always be viewed as angry, but I also understand what it is to move through the world as a young black man. I understand the safety risk inherent, and I think that's especially true on my bike. Driving while black is real, but biking while black is also real. Intersectionality is a huge part of everything I do. When I'm discriminated against at work, I don't know if it's because I'm a woman, or if it's because I'm a woman who likes to wear ties and look sharp and fly every day and you know, be more masculine presenting. I don't know if it's because I'm black. I don't know if it's because I wear my hair natural. I'm not sure. And so I have to stay woke. I have to always be thinking at the intersections. When you are a person who shows up in the world that way, that's how you solve problems. That's how you look at problems. You're always thinking of the intersections. You're always thinking of the different angles, and you're always thinking about the folks whose voices are continually being suppressed because you're used to being that voice. And so I don't know how to do work any other way. After this last election, it was tough because there were so many people who were like, "Oh my gosh, what are we gonna do?" And for us, we were like, we've been living this life. I remember checking in on my grandma after the election, and my grandmother, a black woman from South Carolina, said, "Girl, I've seen worse, I will see worse, and it's gonna be okay." And I think my grandmother, being raised by strong black women, my mom, my sister, they keep me grounded. They keep me knowing my purpose and knowing my life. And then I have an absolutely amazing wife who hears a lot as a white woman about so much, but continues to love me and be patient with me as I grow and I make mistakes and I do things wrong. I think that's the most important thing. We have to be kind to ourselves. And we have to realize that no one is perfect, and there's gonna be times when we fall, but how do we keep moving? And I just try to keep it moving. I'm really excited about my next job, which will be as the executive director of the Los Angeles Neighborhood Land Trust. It builds parks and low-income communities of color. So just like in transportation with green space, and it is about racism and institutional oppression. And so I still get to do that work, building community parks and gardens, making sure folks have access to fresh food that they get to grow themselves. You know, building a community that I want to be part of and that I want my kids to be proud of is something that I can't wait to do.